Hey everyone, it's Carolyn. Welcome to the channel. Today I have another pick a pile reading for you. And so today we're going to be focusing on how you can strengthen your intuition, what you need to do in order to form a better connection with your intuition so you can actually listen to it and know what is your intuition versus what is your emotions or your own anxiety. And so I have 3 different piles for you to choose from today. We have the first pile with Smokey Quartz, the second pile with Rainbow Aura Quartz, and then the third pile with the Labradorite Heart. So take a moment and pause the video as you meditate. Really take time to sense what pile you're being drawn to. I'm going to have the timestamps for each of the piles in the description box down below. So if you want to pick your pile based on angel numbers, feel free to do that. You can always watch more than one pile if that's what you're being drawn to. Remember, this reading is meant for lots of people, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you want to get your own personal in-depth reading, I do sell them. You can check out my Etsy shop or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram. Everything is going to be linked in the description box down below. I'm also going to add a rune to each of the piles to see if this helps your intuition pick which pile is meant for you. So the first pile has the rune Perthro, the second pile has the rune Rido, and the third pile has the rune Gibo. So again, take a moment and pause if you need to. I want to say that if this reading resonates and you would like to help out the channel, please donate. It's always appreciated. And if you aren't already subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you part of this family. Make sure you turn on that bell notification because I post multiple videos every single week. I do more pick a pile readings like this. I also do collective readings and zodiac readings along with other educational videos to help you all along your spiritual journeys. And so with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start off with pile number 1. So those of you who chose pile number 1, I'm going to put your rune to the side here along with your crystal. So for your cards, you have the Empress reversed, 6 of Pentacles reversed, 7 of Swords reversed, the Star reversed, 6 of Cups reversed, the Chariot reversed, and the Festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. So I'm going to take a moment to rearrange your cards just so you can see them a bit better. So what I find really interesting about your cards is that they all came out reversed. And so to me this indicates an energy of the reason why it's hard for you to strengthen your intuition is because your intuition is being blocked. Because all of these cards being reversed indicates to me there's some doubt or insecurity when it comes to growing your own intuition and trusting yourself along with it. To me, it shows that you yourself are not fully balanced when it comes to your intuition. I also want to point out that this rune Perthro has an energy of things that are hidden and kind of the mysteries of things. If we were going to associate this rune with tarot cards, it would kind of be like the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon card. And so it's this energy of having things hidden, having the unseen, but also having the tie to the universe, tie to spirit, the tie to your own intuition. So when it comes to strengthening your intuition, you have the ability to do so. And everyone does. But I feel like for you, there's this misconception that you're never going to be able to trust your intuition. You're never going to be able to strengthen it. Some of you feel like you're never going to have psychic abilities. You feel like that's a gift that some people have and you're just never going to possess it. And the thing is, just like any other skill set, there's going to be some people who are naturally more talented than others. There's going to be people who are more in sync with that ability in themselves. But everyone has the ability to learn and to cultivate it and to grow it. And so for you, I feel like there's a lot of I can't or it's impossible. The Empress is reversed. So the Empress energy is the creator, the life force energy, the mother, nurturing, loving energy. And it feels like that is missing from your life. You don't have that support in your life. Or when people give you that support, you don't believe it. There's a lot of self-doubt and insecurity. And so when it comes to strengthening your intuition, I feel like the first step for you to do this is to not even focus on your intuition. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but to me, it really feels like you have a lot of self-doubt, a lot of insecurities, a lot of limiting beliefs that your focus cannot be intuition. That's a skill set that comes after you fix these issues. Right now, it feels like you really need to work on self-acceptance and work on not doubting yourself, not even when it comes to your intuition, but just in general. I feel like there's this big block where you're missing balance in your life. And look at the 6 of Pentacles. It looks like someone's going in and picking what they want. Well, it's reverse, saying it's like you know what you want, but you don't know what it is. And it's this weird energy of like, deep down somewhere, you know what to do. You have your sense of intuition. That doesn't just go away just because you don't know how to pinpoint it. But right now, you do not have the ability to pinpoint it. There is this energy in which you right now let your fears, your insecurity, your doubt cloud your judgment. And you let this decide things in your life. And I think the reason for it, there's this energy of you not wanting to bring attention to yourself. But there's also this energy of being comfortable in the confusion, because you have ingrained this confusion, this doubt, this insecurity to be part of who you are. And that's what I mean when I say don't focus on your intuition right now, because there's a lot of other things you need to heal before you can focus on your intuition. It's like, let's say you wanted to create a video game, but yet you don't even know how to work a computer. You gotta learn the basics first. You gotta figure out the roadmap of the first process before you then go and try and develop a video game. That's what's going on with you. You want to strengthen your intuition because you think your intuition is going to solve these issues for you. You think by following your intuition, you're going to gain this self-confidence, gain this self-love. You're going to trust your instincts. You're not going to have these fears anymore, and you're going to know what to do. Therefore, you never make another wrong decision. This way, you never doubt yourself again. You never have regrets because everything you're doing is perfect. And the thing is, that's not how your intuition works. You can't go from not trusting yourself in any regard of life to all of a sudden knowing exactly what to do. Because even when you listen to your intuition, you have those moments of self-doubt. They don't go away. You just accept them for what they are. You face it and you say, this is doubt. I'm not going to listen to it. And you choose not to. It doesn't make it where you don't deal with that. And you have the festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. This is telling you right now, you have the ability to trust your intuition. You have your intuition ingrained in you. It's a part of who you are. Everyone has a sense of intuition. Your spirit guides want you to know that by watching this video, it is not that you don't have these things that you want. And this is a lesson they want you to accept for all areas of life, not even your intuition. When it comes to anything that you want to do, you have this tendency to doubt yourself, to say, I can't do that. That person can do it. I'm not like them. I can't do it. I'm not that special. No one is that special. No one is different at the fundamental blueprint level. They just choose to do it. They just choose to put in the energy. They figure out what is the right step to do. They learn how to listen to their intuition. They learn how to develop or cultivate their skills. You're sitting there saying, I'm not special. No one is that special. Everyone is fundamentally the same. Everyone has different things that they're slightly better at. It's not saying that you're all coming from this equal playing field, but it's saying you all possess the same skills to do what you want. And especially because your goal is to strengthen your intuition, this is something you do possess. This is not something grand or extravagant that not everyone has. This is something that everyone has. And there needs to be this effort of yourself to see what you are doing and see the way you're holding yourself back, so that then you can heal yourself. You can bring in this self-acceptance. You can start to love yourself. You can start to gain confidence in who you are and your own decisions, and then you can strengthen what is your intuition. But you can't do it the reverse way around. You're not going to be able to strengthen your intuition without working on yourself first. And your intuition is not the end all be all. It is not going to fix all your problems for you. Your intuition is guidance. It is not action. It is not your willpower. It is not this magic wand that comes into your life that says, now that you listen to this, you're never going to make a mistake. Everything's going to be perfect. You're going to get everything you've ever wanted. You can see some of the people that have manifested the most out of life, who are happy with their life, still face challenges, still face difficulties. They listen to their intuition to get through them, but they don't listen to their intuition to avoid every single obstacle. You can avoid some major obstacles, you can take an easier path, but it doesn't mean that everything is perfect and that you have no challenges. I think that's why right now, you living with the confusion, you living with this doubt, almost creates this shield, almost creates this bubble around you where, yes, things might be chaotic. Yes, you might be having struggles. Yes, you are not exactly on course with what you want to do, but you can blame other things for it. You can say, well, this is just how life is, or this is just what happens because that happened to me and now this happened. It creates this level where you're not taking the self-accountability and you don't put the blame on yourself. I think that's your biggest fear when it comes to your intuition, is saying, I listened to myself and I still led me the wrong way. Because you have it in your head, there's a right and a wrong way to live life. And that if you don't reach these certain benchmarks, if you're not at a certain level, you have failed. You haven't gotten this wish. You haven't gotten this desire. You haven't created the life you wanted. And so there's this fear of failure that is blocking you from taking the steps forward to work on yourself and to strengthen your intuition. The best thing you can do for yourself right now to start this healing journey so that eventually you can strengthen your intuition is start to just be decisive in life. Do not worry about if it's your intuition or if it's not your intuition. There's an energy of you needing to teach yourself that you can make a decision, and regardless of what the outcome is, you will figure it out. You have all this doubt and insecurity because you're afraid of making the wrong decision. So if you force yourself to start making decisions and start making them quickly, I feel like you have a tendency, you wait until the last minute until you have to decide something and then you blame it on, well, I didn't want to do it, but I just had to. There needs to be this energy where you're taking control of your life, where you're making a decision, you're making it quickly, you're not waiting until the last minute to decide it, and you are rolling with the consequences of whatever that decision brings. Because that will teach you, if you made the wrong mistake, how you fix it, how you pick yourself back up and you move on from it. And it will teach you how to have resilience and this inner strength that no matter what knocks you down, you have the ability to move on from it and not let it define you. But then if you do end up trusting your intuition or making the decision that you should have made, that will allow you to then see what it feels like to trust your intuition. So you'll be strengthening it, but not focusing on that. And so by practicing the act of being decisive, of making decisions, that will teach you how to gain confidence in yourself, that there is no wrong decision. Everything you do, you're going to be able to figure out how to move on from it. It's not going to be something that keeps you trapped, keeps you stuck. And so it's building up this inner trust of yourself that no matter what you do, you're always going to have your back. You're not going to do something wrong. And you're only ever going to have major regrets if you don't allow yourself to pick yourself back up. As long as you keep trying to move forward, as long as you keep trying to do what's right for you, you're going to be able to fix things. And so by building up this inner trust, you're going to be decreasing doubt, decreasing your insecurity. You're going to start to trust yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, and then you can go and you can focus on strengthening your intuition itself. Now you have learned how to be decisive, how to make decisions. Now you can start to pinpoint what your intuition feels like versus what your emotions feel like. And you can start to navigate what decisions to make based on your intuition, because you have already done the groundwork of learning what steps you need to do to be decisive in the first place. And I think it's very fitting that you chose Smokey Quartz, because this is a crystal that is really representing this grounding energy and this energy to figure things out from the base level. And I feel like that's why you were drawn to this pile, because when it comes to building up your intuition, you kind of have to start from the ground floor first, build up these skills, and then eventually you can get to strengthening your intuition. But this is definitely a long process. It's not going to happen overnight. And you really have to start to dismantle your fears and your anxiety and the reasons behind them so that you can start to figure out solutions, figure out ways to overcome it, where you are no longer afraid of making the wrong choice. Because yes, there's things in life that is not ideal, but we can learn from them, we can move on. And there doesn't need to be this fear of messing up your life where you're never going to recover. Even people who have made some pretty major mistakes or mishaps in their life, they are able to correct it if they choose to do so. And so don't keep telling yourself that you can't, or that it's not for you, or it's not meant for you, because it is. And your spirit guides want you to get the phrase "I can't" out of your head. That's just an excuse that you're telling yourself right now to keep you where you are letting other factors control you. It's not easy. It's not going to be this magic wand solution, but you can grow your intuition and you can gain your own self-confidence, where now you're going to have all these reverse cards become upright, where you're seeing yourself for who you are, you're embracing yourself. You're no longer trying to hide yourself, because you're going to feel worthy. Right now there's a lack of worthiness, and it's showing in your life by creating a life in which you are not very fulfilled by it, in which you are not in sync with it, but yet you are not changing because you are lacking the energy and the desire to actually feel like you can change it. And your spirit guides are looking at you. If you keep saying I can't, then nothing you want is ever going to happen. If you want to get these goals, if you want to achieve this, if you want to trust your intuition, if you want to change your life, it starts by you making the changes in your life. You have to disrupt your pattern of behavior, your train of thought, in order for things to change. Nothing is ever going to change by doing nothing. And so I feel like this is a little bit like a harsh message, but also a loving message at the same time, because your spirit guides really see this potential and this future for you, but you got to get out of your way first. You have to start believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, it doesn't matter how many people believe in you, because you won't be taking the necessary steps to achieve what you want. You have the blueprint. Now you just have to follow the steps and just trust every step you make is going to follow this. Don't get in your head. Don't overthink it. That's when you start to not follow things and you just shut down. Your logic, while it's great in certain instances, in this instance, when it comes to how you're living your life and how you're deciding on things, there's too much logic. Just start acting, just start doing. That's how you're going to start this process of changing your life, and in turn, you will be able to strengthen your intuition. So I hope this resonates for you. If it did, let me know in the YouTube comments down below. Also, give this video a big thumbs up and share with others who need to see it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this family. I'm also going to have other videos linked in the cards above that you can watch next. And if you're able to and you feel like this reading resonated for you, please leave a donation. It's always appreciated. And if you want to get your own private in-depth reading, all my links are going to be in the description box down below. I can't wait to see you all in my next video. I hope you have a good one. Bye. So those of you who chose pile 2 with the Rainbow Aura Quartz, I'm going to put your crystal and the rune off to the side here. So for your cards, you have the 7 of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Pentacles reversed, the Hierophant, 10 of Wands reversed, Spirit, Heavenly assistance from your angels and guides, and on target, follow your ideal life path. So I'm going to take a moment to rearrange the cards so you can see them a bit better. So I think the best way you can strengthen your intuition right now is to allow yourself to change things and to do the things that you feel drawn to do, but that you don't want to do. And I know this can sound counterintuitive, but to me, it really feels like your intuition has been guiding you, has been telling you what to do, and you haven't been listening to your intuition. You've been ignoring it because it's not what you feel like you want to do. And that's why you're like, I want to strengthen my intuition, because you want your intuition to tell you what you want to hear. And I feel like the reason you were drawn to this pile is because your spirit guides are looking at you. They're calling you out and saying, you want to strengthen your intuition, listen to what we're telling you. Listen to the signs and the messages you've been getting, and quit trying to search for things to reaffirm what you already want to do. And I'm hearing the phrase, mother knows best. So this could be some of you, your actual moms have been telling you this and you've been trying to ignore them. But for the rest of you, I think this is coming up as a phrase that I'm hearing, because it's kind of what's going on with your spirit guides right now. It's like they have your best interest at heart. They see the bigger picture. They have more wisdom. They have more advice. The reason you're being called to do this different path, this course of action, is because it's actually what's better for you. The rune here, Rydal, represents an energy, a ride, a travel, journey. And so it's this energy of going on this change, going on this course of action that you haven't done before. And I think it ties in with the energy of the 10 of Wands here. And so basically what I'm sensing for you to strengthen your intuition, it's almost like take the road less traveled by, and not for the sense of you have to be the one to break through things, try the new way, go on this adventure, and have to experience everything for yourself firsthand, but take the road less traveled by, because I feel like in your case, the reason you're meant to do this and follow your ideal life path is that you have been so caught up and doing what everyone does, or the path that you think is going to get you where you want to go. And your spirit guides are looking at you saying, take the road less traveled by, not because it has to be more challenging, but the road less traveled by doesn't mean challenging. The road less traveled by means people don't know about it. It could be a shortcut. It could actually be something that gets you there faster. It could actually be something that brings more joy and happiness and prosperity along the way. But because it's not something that you know, it's not something you have others vouching for, it's not something that you have seen the proof of existence, you don't want to do it. I feel like the way to strengthen your intuition for yourself is to allow yourself to go on this journey. Allow yourself to follow your ideal life path, regardless if that's what your conscious mind is telling you to do. And I think the reason for it is because this path, what your intuition's been telling you to do, it's actually going to bring this joyous energy into your life. Right now, Seven of Pentacles is reversed, the Five of Pentacles is reversed. This goal that you're working on is not bringing what you think it is. It's not bearing the right fruit. It is not making you travel to the end goal of where you want. And I'm actually hearing for some of you right now, the reason your intuition is trying to be adamant, trying to get you to see this, trying to get you to listen, is because if you keep on ignoring it, you're going to end up in that destination and have to turn back around. Spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. This is your spirit team telling you they are guiding you. They have your back. You have your own back. Your intuition has your back. Your issue is not strengthening your intuition. The way you strengthen it is by listening to it. That's your only downfall right now. You are not listening to it because it is not what you want. There's nothing blocking your intuition. There's nothing holding you back besides the fact you don't want this to be your answer. And so you're looking for other signs to try and convince yourself that you're on the right path and trying to convince yourself this is what you really need to do. You're looking for all the guides and signs to override your intuition, to reaffirm what you want to be true. That's your biggest block right now. It's not about you not being able to strengthen your intuition. It's entirely about you accepting what your intuition is. And I feel like what your spirit team wants you to do in order to figure things out, because obviously breaking out of denial is not going to happen overnight. It is going to require a bit of a process. It's going to be like a ride in itself, this roller coaster of emotions. It's not going to take as long as you fear, but it's also not going to happen at once. And so a way that you can kind of break through this denial is by making one change. So take a moment, sit with your intuition, and focus on what's the easiest thing you can change that you don't want to do. Well, what's the easiest thing that you can change that your intuition has been telling you to do, and just see what happens. That's what they want you to do. Start breaking it down small. Start listening to your intuition. Maybe instead of your ideal life path, maybe listen with a specific person in your life. Maybe listen with a specific hobby in your life. Maybe listen with a certain routine in your life. But create change where you're actually listening to your intuition, even if it goes against what you think you want. And just see if it actually is as bad as you think, or if it actually ends up leading to something better than you ever could have imagined. That's how you learn how to strengthen your intuition, is by trusting your intuition and seeing where it leads you. The thing about your intuition, with this ride, with this journey, it's not going to be something you can blueprint. It's not going to be something you can map out. It's not going to be something you can see the whole plan for. Sometimes your intuition makes you think you're heading one way and then all of a sudden changes things on you, but you still end up with that same happiness that you wanted. So it doesn't matter what the physicality aspect of it is. It doesn't matter who's playing what role in your life or what interest is playing what role in your life. It matters entirely how you feel about your life at the end of the day. And so, for example, let's say you have this dream job, you have this dream goal, this role that you want to be. Let's say you want to be a doctor. Well, let's say your intuition's guiding you, you don't want to be a doctor. Let's say you want to be a lawyer. At the end of the day, regardless of if you ended up being what you had thought you wanted to be, are you fulfilled? Are you doing what you want to do? Is it bringing the same enjoyment that you were thinking you were going to get out of being a doctor? If all of that is yes, listening to your intuition, changing course, changing direction is not a bad thing. And that's what your spirit guides want you to understand about this. Your intuition right now is telling you to go on a different course. It doesn't mean you're losing anything. It means you're living your life as you're meant to live it, and you're not taking the hardships that's going to have to make you turn back around. Ultimately, the labels, the categories of things we do, the overarching aspects of them are consistent. So the labels or the definitions or the exact wording of what we do doesn't fully matter. It's about how at the end of the day, when you're at the end of your life, at the end of this journey that you've been on, you have followed your ideal life path. That's what your intuition is trying to show you. Your way that you think right now is not leading to what you think it is. That's why your intuition is guiding you. That's why you have the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card is an energy of following your mentors, following your guides, listening to your intuition, and having the spiritual connection. So this card in itself is showing you, if you've listened to your intuition, you're going to have this happiness. Everything else you're doing, everything your ego is driving you towards, everything that your desires, your wants, your head is telling you to do, that's going to lead to all these cards that represent an energy of burnout and needing to turn back around. Right now, the way that you strengthen your intuition with this rainbow aura quartz is by allowing you to see that there's a completely different course that you haven't seen. I'm also being told it's like the reason you chose the rainbow aura quartz. Think about a rainbow. At the end of the rainbow is the treasure, but no one can ever seem to find the end of a rainbow. That's why it's always like a myth that it has treasure there, because if you can finally find it, you're going to reach that pot of gold. The universe is like, your intuition right now is leading you to this pot of gold. You just don't see it yet. You don't realize this is a rainbow. You don't realize the end goal of what your intuition is leading towards. That's the issue with your intuition. You don't understand it fully. No one ever does. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. And that's where it's like, when it comes to strengthening it, it's already strong. It's powerful. You're just in denial. And because you're in denial, you're trying to get other guides to reaffirm what you want. That's what you got to break out of. You don't need things to convince you to do something you were already going to do. You need to allow yourself to accept that doing what you want, doing what you think, isn't going to lead to the happiness you think it is. And so allow yourself to take a leap of faith on yourself. Allow yourself to trust yourself and what your spirit guides have been telling you, so you can stay on target for what is actually more beneficial for you, for what is actually what this end goal is supposed to be, and what's actually going to make you happy and fulfilled by your life. If you choose not to, that's okay. But just remember, your issue is not your intuition. It's not growing it. It's not cultivating it. That is already powerful. Your issue right now is about you accepting what your intuition is telling you. Because I feel like, yes, this is popping up in a major way of your life right now, but this is going to be a continuous thread that always pops up in regards to your intuition. This is going to be a catalyst for you either deciding in your life, do you listen to your intuition or do you not? And so this is just something that your spirit guides want you to think over, because like I said, you're going to end up turning back around. It's not that you're always going to ignore your intuition. It's just like, do you want to listen to it now, change course now, or do you want to put in all this work, all this energy for it not to pay off, for you to have to turn back around? And that's why your spirit guides, they're giving you this message out of compassion. It's for your highest good. But you have to wake up to the reality of the situation, and you're the only one who is going to be able to do that. And so I hope this resonates for you. I hope this helps you out. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but I really feel like this is something that you needed to hear. And so I'm really just sending you all so much love and light as you're going through this. I feel like you're going to be able to figure things out for you, but it definitely is going to require a little bit of work, a little bit of time and understanding, patience for you to be able to do this. So like I said, I hope this resonates for you, and if it does, let me know in the YouTube comments down below. Also, let me know what other type of videos you would like to see in the future, if there's any other things that you want guidance on. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this family. Make sure you turn on that bell notification so you don't miss out when I post future videos. I'm going to have more videos, mine linked in the cards above. And if you want to get your own private in-depth reading, I do sell them. You can check out my Etsy shop, or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram. And if you're able to, if this reading resonated and you're drawn to, please leave a donation. It's always greatly appreciated. And with all that being said, I can't wait to see you all in my next video. I hope you have a good one. Bye. So those of you who chose pile 3 with Labradorite, I'm going to put your crystal and your rune off to the side here. So for your cards, you have the Page of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 8 of Cups reversed, Trinket 5, manifesting money and income, Star, the silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity, and Labyrinth, transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. So I'm going to take a moment to rearrange the cards so you can see them a bit better. So when it comes to strengthening your intuition, I get the sense you are someone where you actually take an active role in trying to strengthen your intuition in your life. I really get the sense that you are someone where you are very spiritual, or you have this strong sense of intuition. Even if you're not spiritual with like a specific belief system, you do honor yourself, you do listen to yourself, you try and take care of yourself, and you try and listen to what your body is telling you. And so I think you already have a very strong, even sometimes intense sense of intuition. And so I feel like when it comes to you strengthening your intuition, a lot of the things you need to strengthen is just you understanding these subtle cues of your intuition and how it shows itself to you more often than you think. or it's this energy of maintaining the strength you have with your intuition. I think a lot of you who are watching this pile, you underestimate how strong your intuition is and how nuanced your intuition can be. I think when you're talking about strengthening your intuition, you're trying to get this overwhelming power of intuition constantly in your life. And the thing is, your intuition, yes, it's going to be known. It's not always going to be known in an obvious way. And so when it's strengthening your connection, I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect between what your intuition is versus what you're expecting it to be. And I say this because you have such a powerful intuition. I think you're overlooking your intuition, or you're doubting how strong your intuition is because this has been your baseline for so long. You think this isn't a strong intuition, and your spirit guides, had you pick this pile because you are very much in sync with it. I get the sense a lot of you watching this as well, you have a lot of strong psychic abilities, and I feel like a lot of you, you're tapped into them, and some of you, you're trying to make careers out of them, because with the rune here, Gibo, this represents an energy almost of like talents and gifts, rewards and benefits from things. And to me, it pairs with these 6 of wands here, where your intuition is used to help elevate you, and not elevate you in the sense of you are better than others. Elevate you in the sense of you have a talent and a desire to help people be the best versions of themselves. I feel like you have this very calming or helpful, beneficial energy. And when you listen to your intuition, you help people in ways that you might not even necessarily realize. I really get the sense you are a healer in some way. You're able to pass messages along to people that helps them heal, helps them understand things about themselves, helps them improve their lives. I feel like you're the person in your life your friends want advice from you. And so when it comes to strengthening your intuition, meditation and yoga practices like that is going to be your #1 tool. And I say this because you have a strong sense of intuition. It's just tapping into yourself and understanding the way your own body communicates your intuition with you, because this can vary from person to person. Depending who you ask, they are going to tell you how they experience their intuition in different ways, and there's no right or wrong way to experience your intuition, but it's about finding what works for you. And so when it comes to you strengthening your intuition, it's about you using your intuition, you practicing. If you have not already started some divination of some kind, get into it. That's going to help you sync up with your intuition and understand the message. Basically, it's going to act as a tool to translate the messages. And I feel like some of you, it's like you're going to do this as your career because of the Shrink of 5, but for others, just because you get into some form of divination doesn't mean this is how you're going to help people. It doesn't mean this is how you're making money. What this means is this tool in itself that you're gifted with will allow you to tap into your intuition, which then you can use that to guide you along your job. So let's say you're just someone, you work with people, and you don't work with people in a sense where you're necessarily helping them, but let's say you offer some sort of service. But by using your divination tools and syncing up with your intuition, tapping into the messages of your intuition, when you go and you encounter this person, you're going to know how to best communicate with them, how you can offer advice and wisdom, not even in the sense of you trying to pass this along, but in the sense of when you're making normal conversation with people. Sometimes we have the ability to heal people just by random things we say without realizing the butterfly effect they have. And so you don't have to be in a profession that you are going out of your way to help people or to guide people. Sometimes it comes naturally just because we are communicating with so many people on the daily. And so when it comes to you building this better relationship with your intuition, it's about you understanding it. That's your biggest block right now. I also get the sense your spirit team is around you constantly trying to give you signs, trying to give you even angel numbers to point certain messages out to you. And I feel like you really have a busy spirit team where they don't leave you alone, and not in a bad way, but in the way where they have so much they're trying to pass along to you. And I feel like it can be overwhelming at times. So when it comes to your intuition, do not be afraid to sometimes accept the fact that you're not understanding a message with this 8 of Cups reversed, and then come back to it at a later time when you're going to be able to understand it better. Because your intuition's so strong, sometimes it gives you messages that you don't fully understand, or you're not able to fully see the full message and why you're getting it. And that's okay. Not everything your intuition tells you, you have to understand. Just do the things that you're meant to do and believe that whatever the message is, the communication is, that will come later. I feel like that's part of how you strengthen your intuition, is by doing things, by doing your meditation, by doing yoga, practicing divination, working on your own psychic abilities, working on your own connection with your intuition, where you can be told to do certain things and just then follow the advice of your intuition without fully understanding why. So, for example, let's say your intuition is telling you to go to a place that day. Don't question why you're being told to go. Just go and see what happens. Let it unfold. Maybe today nothing happens, but now you know of this new location. You feel drawn to try it out more because you enjoyed your time there. And maybe 2 months down the line, you end up meeting someone who becomes a really good friend of yours and is able to help you out in life when you have a crisis. There's so many different rabbit holes and ways that things can play out in our lives, where sometimes our intuition's guiding us, but it's not guiding us on something that's meant to happen that day. It's just meant to start the building blocks of things. So continue to act and don't question too much. If nothing happens, if you don't understand the message, that's okay. Just keep coming back. With Star and Labyrinth, I really get the sense that when it comes to your intuition, you are on this elevated level. You are very evolved. You are very much on this higher vibration where you are in sync with it. And it's just a matter of you accepting that you are. I think you have this ability to doubt yourself, where you don't understand fully that you are in sync with your intuition, and you just have become so accustomed to it that you kind of take it for granted a little bit. And that's why you were drawn to this pile 3 with the Labradorite, because this is your spirit team reaching out to you saying, you feel like you're not in sync with your intuition. You feel like you need to strengthen your intuition. You have a strong sense of intuition. That's not what the issue is here. The issue is the way that you realize it and the way that you break it down and get in sync with it and start to understand all the complexities about it. And so I really feel like when it comes to you strengthening your intuition, it's about taking your intuition and bringing it into other areas of your life. You know, bringing it into your daily practice, where you are having it be a part of your routine, where you're writing down the messages of your intuition and you're listening to them. That's how you're going to be able to cultivate your intuition even more, because it is so powerful. But the thing is, you don't always keep track of it. And so you don't realize just how strong it is. I also feel like some of you, it's important for you to incorporate channeled writing into your life and just write down messages that your intuition's giving you. And that's how you're going to gain information and knowledge. To me, it doesn't feel like you have to strengthen your intuition as much as you have to strengthen an outlet for your intuition, for you to be able to express and communicate all the messages of it. But with the Star card, Serendipity, I also get the sense that when it comes to your intuition and cultivating it, it's about paying attention to the coincidences, paying attention to the serendipity, paying attention to all the things that give you deja vu. Because all those moments are meant to act as a reminder that your intuition has given you this message before. It's meant to tell you this is meant for you. It's meant for you to feel connected. I feel like some of you, your intuition has been so strong in the past that you had these clear memories of when it was activated at its highest extent, where it was passing along a very important message, and that is great. But that's not how your intuition is going to be every single day of your life. And so, you know, if you ever have an important message like that again, don't be wrong, it will be that clear, it will be that intense, you will be aware of what that message is. But there's other nuances in your life in which your intuition's guiding you, and it's not as urgent of a message. And so that's where your intuition is a part of you, but it's not a part of you in a way where it's obvious. It's kind of like if you have like a birthmark or a tattoo. Certain days you're going to like catch a glimpse of you in the mirror and it's going to be very obvious that you have that, and you're going to be like, oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Like, look how cool this looks. But other days it's just going to be a part of you and you're not going to like take any note of it one way or the other. It's not bad, but it's just like, it's neutral. You feel neutral about it because you see it so often. It's just become naturally a part of you that you're going to live with it. You're aware of it, but you're not overly aware of it in the sense where it is changing anything about your daily life. That's kind of how your intuition is. You know, some days you notice it, it's intense, it's powerful, you take note of the messages. Other days, it's just there, it exists, you're in sync with it, but you're not going out of your way to have this intense breakthrough. I feel like that's what's going on right now. And so, like I said, find a way to channel your intuition, but also relax a bit. Your intuition is powerful, it is strong. Don't doubt yourself, especially if any of you are watching this and you want to strengthen your intuition because you're doubting that you have a strong sense of intuition, or you feel like you're not in sync with your intuition, or you're worrying if you even know how to connect with your intuition. You already have. It's powerful. Don't doubt yourself. Don't second guess yourself. Don't feel like just because it's a little different than the way others' intuition is, that yours is wrong. Your spirit team wants you to know you are in sync. You are paying attention to the messages. It might be subconscious. You might not be consciously aware, but you are taking heed of every warning, every message, everything you need to know. Now it's just a matter of doing something where you can channel the messages so that your conscious mind is also aware of them, so it sees them. But don't be mistaken, your intuition has been controlling your life. You have been making the decisions that are meant for you. And I really feel like your intuition is so powerful. You're going to have a successful life. If you feel like right now things are not going how you want them to, I'm literally being told from your spirit team, your intuition is guiding you. You're at the right place at the right time. Take in all the information you can right now. This is not going to be where your story ends. This is your building blocks for your life. Literally, this is your star moment. You're shining light onto you. Trinket 5, manifesting money and income. You're building that stability that you need. 5 is the number of change as well. And Labyrinth is talking about, like, right now you might be in a maze. You're going to figure your way out. You're going to find a solution. Your intuition is guiding you on what you need to do to overcome it and to level up. I really get the sense. It's like your spirit team's looking at you like, you got this. Reach out to us, connect with us, work with us. But don't doubt the fact that you're in sync with us. You are. They have your back, you have your own back. And it's just a matter of trusting, believing, and allowing yourself to develop the skills that you already possess. And so I'm really sending you all so much love and light as you're going through this. I feel like maybe it's not as direct of a message as you would have liked, but I feel like the reason for that is, like, your spirit team wants you to understand you don't have a need to strengthen your intuition. You just need to see that you are in sync with your intuition. So that's where it's a little bit tricky on how to verbalize this. And I feel like that's also what you have issues with, is verbalizing, communicating with yourself what your intuition is telling you. But that is really all you need to do right now. You're in sync with it. It's just making it where you're aware of the fact that you're in sync with it. And so I hope that my advice for meditation, yoga, practicing your psychic abilities and cultivating them, growing them, helps give you the guidance you need to feel like you are strengthening your intuition and feeling like you're more in sync with it. And so I really hope this resonates for you. If it did, let me know in the YouTube comments down below. Also, give this video a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this family, and make sure to turn on that bell notification so you don't miss out when I post future videos. I'm going to have more videos linked in the cards above for you to watch next. And if you feel drawn to, if this reading resonated for you, please leave a donation. It's always greatly appreciated. Also, if you want to get your own private in-depth reading, I do sell them. You can check out my Etsy shop, or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram. Everything's going to be linked in the description box down below. I can't wait to see you all in my next video. I hope you have a good one. Bye.